So here's a look at the Lego shed, as I call it, Lego City. Haven't done much, and I realized that with the summer weather being so good, it's a little bit warm, but if I put it off any longer, pretty soon it'll be winter and it'll be miserable out here. So I need to at least do a little bit. My goal is to add a bridge across for the trains and maybe have 3 trains running at the same time, battery powered, going at least one going in opposite direction. That's kind of the plan. However, try to find the right piece for this gap. I think I put the track where I like it on the other end, but over here, by the time I put a straight piece in, the train ends up being, you know, a good 6 inches in on this board, which is kind of wasted room if I'm going to have 2 more trains. So I'd really like to have this thing back about here, but if I don't do the straight piece at all, too close to the edge. So I'm going to cut a custom piece to fit. I don't know how smart that is, but I'm going to cut it in half, super glue it, try to fill in the gaps, and see if it works. So that's the plan. So I've already done a couple practice cuts here, and this one's okay. I just ran it, this was all one piece, ran it through the bandsaw. I don't think I held them flat because there's kind of a gap at the top there, and I would like to not have to fill it. But that is kind of the plan right here. And since I've already cut these ones, let's just go ahead and see how they come together. A little bit of super glue, and then on a flat surface, which this is, press them together and let them dry. Make sure they're straight from the top down. As is, I think the train wheels would still roll across this. That's just a small gap. But if we can maybe fill that, and I'm going to reinforce that crack on the bottom. Not super sure what I'm going to fill that gap with. I mean, just super glue might do it. I don't even know if I really need to fill it. I might want to see how the wheels will roll over it, but I think that might work. So that might be okay. Not dry yet, so let's let it sit for a few minutes. It's always the temptation to not wait long enough with glue or paint. Those two things, everybody wants to rush it. Now, if I put too much glue in the crack, I'm gonna have to really clean that glue off. Right now, there's really, I don't think, any glue squishing out, so I think we're okay there. And by the way, I'm moving this around on the surface because I don't want it to stick to the surface. So anytime you're gluing on a surface, it's a good idea just to move it, slide it around a bit, and that breaks up the glue, any glue that's squeezed out on the bottom on the table. So probably I don't know. I think my best bet is just to let this dry. Should be plenty of super glue on it. Let's go back inside. We'll take a look at what else is going on. I have to duck under this right now, which is not super easy for me at my age, but I can remove this every time. I notice it's not, it's a little bit warped. So I don't love that. And I'm a little bit tempted to go ahead and just screw it down, but then I have to duck every time I come in, even if I'm not going to run trains. So we'll see about that. So what I'm working on, trying to start left to right, working on each building. Let's go ahead and kick on the lights right here. That button right there is lights and turns on the village, at least up to the street. So a lot of detail in each building, which I love. We've got this sign company that came on a bad day to install this new sign for the gas station, but there's a race going on, or some kind of event, where all the cars are backed up and realizing that traffic has stopped. And what I'm trying to do is work my way left to right, work my way around the room, because it ends up being cluttered. So you can see I put all my cars in a pile temporarily. Now these are all collectible cars. Some of these worth, you know, $200 or $300, some. Most in the $100 range. Some of them more collectible than others. This is the original Speed Champions series. My goal is to collect every one of them, but haven't really had time to see which ones I'm missing lately. Just been a little bit too busy. So city down here. So what I'm working on is trying to fix everything. So I'm missing the rooftop off of the movie theater. So I've got that inside, working on it. Just trying to get it so everything is show ready. Like if I invited people over to come check it out, it would be show ready. And just for myself, just I would enjoy it. So I want this to all be done. There's going to be a street here, and then I'll hook up the lighting systems all the way over here. And here's the bookshop that I just finished recently. I haven't even put it in a location. Haunted house should be over here somewhere. So this is a curve to the street, and I mean, I don't want the buildings to be facing. It would look really cool to have buildings on both sides of the street, but I don't want to look at the backside of any of the buildings, you know. I want this to be as visible as possible. So I think this is the way I want to do it, but it's going to mean there's probably 3 or 4 or 5 more modular buildings. And by the way, these are each a collectible modular building that come out each year. And again, my goal is to have each one. And I'm pretty close, but there's still some more. So, but that's going to bring it all the way over to this next corner, I believe. Whereas I'm going to run out of room, and I've got this huge shed. But over here, I'd like there to be Disneyland. So there's the Disney train station, and I've got the Disney train over there that needs attention. And then I want this to all be over here. I want this to be like a Disneyland type of theme park. So I've got just really cool, interesting buildings and things. The Hobbit, Bilbo's home, and Lighthouse, Titanic, the haunted house. We'll go over here and have some flashing lights and scary noises, hopefully. Ferris wheel, pirate ship. Ignore all this other hobby stuff. Roller coaster, which I'm going to have to completely rebuild. And then this is Disney's castle. You can see the back side of it here, which I don't like. Front side needs to be fixed. And then the treehouse. So, oh, and then Santa's workshop, Santa's house. So I was thinking I would build a mountain over here with and make it a Christmas village. I just don't know if I'm gonna have room, but my goal is a Christmas village. Now I could go up another level and make the Christmas village up on a mountain in this corner, which I think might be really cool. So that might be how I end it, with the Christmas village. And then trains, which I was really into for a while and was trying to collect every train also, which I don't have, but I have 3 or 4 or 5, and I'd like to be able to press play on those and have them run. So there's the update, and I hope to do more videos as I get things going and share those with you guys. So if you're into Legos and Lego buildings, I've got kind of a cool variety here, and I'll share my progress with you in the future. So come back and join me for that. I think it'll be fun. For this episode, Mr. Johns is out.